Alright, it's always broken. We got some nonsense going on. Let me show you. Editing this right here. Some of the clips are turned vertical. I was filming TikToks and they weren't going to be in the video, but they just kept happening and happening. So it's going to be a normal video with a couple clips, but I just, warning. Post-trip inspection. Oh, what's this? The fender I welded the other day, right here. And it wasn't cracked right there. And it only went on 2 runs, about 400 miles. About to fall off. Hogue bill, garbage. About to rehang my fender. Oh, that looks good. Those are brand new Hogue builds. Fucking garbage. Band-aid this junk back together. Some old exhaust pipe. Okay. Normally I'd say that ain't going anywhere, but you know, if I said that I wouldn't believe in myself. So hopefully that won't go anywhere. Because it's always broken, I took this thing home in the rain and the wipers stopped working. And I couldn't figure it out because it was raining. So I just took this thing all apart and I tested it, I had the power probe out, just to realize the fuse is bad. I didn't think I fused it. I didn't think I needed to. But I did, and that was the problem. And I had to put it all back together, and he uses these stupid screws and had to feed one through the back here. And it was annoying. And then these stupid E-clips, I lost them, and these plastic bushings fell out, and I had to jack it up and reach around top of the transmission until I found them, so it made it worse. So remember how you build stuff, and check your fuses first. Dumb moment. Been about a week since I welded this the second time and developed a new problem. Nothing's loose. Like, the bolts aren't loose. I can't figure out where the fuck it's coming from. Another reason not to buy these things. Just keep falling apart. You can't even last a week without breaking. I'm gonna shove something in there and see if I have to weld this whole thing solid now. I actually found a set of used fenders, so maybe I'll do that. Well, I found it. This bolt is loose and it was hitting. You see? Just snapped right off. Just like that side did. I don't know what the fuck to do about this, but it's starting to become a real problem. Trying to figure out the stalling issue on the truck, so I got this little smoke tester. The old carb cleaner trick wasn't working, and let me see if I can find it. It's a pouring out of the injector hole, so that's not good. I never had one of these fall out before. Because it's always broken, we're messing with junk. This is some axle shafts off of a Tahoe that I did a job on for, I helped a buddy. It was his mom's vehicle. This one's a little clunky. We changed a bunch of stuff the front end, and then we had to pull the axles out to change some stuff. But I just need the outer edge right here. These are going to go in my service truck right now to make a 2-wheel drive, just to hold the wheel bearing together, because the front diff is out of it. So we're going to cut the boot, clean up some of the grease, and see what's holding it in. There should be a snap ring, and then these will be junk, and then this is going to go in the truck. Okay, clean up some of the grease. I couldn't find a snap ring, so I think there's like on the splines, there's probably like an internal circlip, and I tried hitting this and it won't come out. So this is the second one I'm done, and I've just sliced here, and now I'm gonna take the big hammer and I'm gonna tap this down. These pieces and the ball bearings will come out, and then this whole thing will just fall right out. Left with a bit of a mess. And that's the cup. So stick those into wheel bearings with the nut, torque it down, and that'll keep the wheel bearings from falling apart. Clean this up a little bit before it goes in the scrap pile, because it's just a matter of time before you either have to A, touch it, or B, bump into it and get dirty. The front's also bad too. It's always broken. This is why I have a backup truck, 1500 HD. All in my fucking service truck. It's heavier than hell. Well, I got a beefy 14,000 pound trailer. Tires are a little low. I love this. Wouldn't have it any other way. So, next video, both axles are bad. That one, rear is down, so once I get a rear axle in there, I'll be able to drive it. And the front axle is definitely bad, but I could drive it in two-wheel drive for a while. Well, putting the backup truck to work, I got parts now. So, pull that rear, front and rear, out and into the service truck. Good to have a backup, 1500 HD. Putting in work. This fucking thing's a slug though, don't make no goddamn power. So, I don't know what the fuck the deal with that is. But it pulls. I often wonder what it'd be like to be a normal functioning member of society without absolute junk, chaos, things that started, things with under 250,000 miles, no headaches, things with warranties. I just got problems and problems and problems, and I keep doing it to myself. And this is the best running truck I got with the least amount of problems. That's a shelf, and I have way too many projects with this too. It was working fine, but I had to put a cam in it and screw with it. But this is probably the best truck I got. Because it can never not be broken, I'm changing an airbag and got all the ones on this side done. This one I did last year, and then these ones I did last week. What I'm trying to do is save the truck from disintegrating. It's all rust jacked. I did this one because it was easy. The other one's, the brake can's in the way. This one will be easy. You can see how bad that is. I'm just trying to have the truck not disappear on me. So I'm doing that. So I had to pull the brake can off that one up front. And while the paint's drying, I pushed the brake in, and it's all cracked right here. This whole hose is dry rotted. Didn't even notice that. I worked last night, didn't even notice that. I don't know when it happened, but it happened. These are 3/8, that's 1/2 inch. I have this here, which would have been perfect if I had another end for it, but I don't currently. But this is 3/8, and I have these quick fixes. So I'm gonna put that on a hose, cut it, shove it in, done. The other problem, let's go up top. This exhaust will not stop breaking. I welded it once, and again, weld the clamp to it. Now it cracked again. I put this bracket in here to keep the whole thing from wiggling because I thought it was too tall, but this metal, this is this third muffler, so I'm gonna need to get a fourth one now. It just, when I guess the heat soak of it, just gets hot and makes the metal brittle. Fucking junk. I might just stick a straight pipe in there, honestly. I'm so over it. Got that exhaust on. Got to spray paint it black. It looks a lot better, but that's just temporary because I'm going to be doing stacks eventually here. It's going to be another project. I was just hoping to nurse that old muffler along until the stacks went on, because that's a whole process. I had to move the tanks back, put battery boxes on, and then do that whole thing. But there it is. Okay, why is it always broken? Listen to this. A little chattery. Oil pressure slow to come up when it first starts. So when the front diff is also broken, ran low on oil and it needs to get changed. I have another one, I think I showed that. So when that diff's out, I'm gonna drop the oil pan and put an oil pump, pickup tube. I'm gonna pull the front cover off, and do the cam plate, just anywhere that it could lose oil pressure and the leaking gaskets. I'm gonna do the whole front and back side of that, or bottom side, and then shove a new diff in there, and the truck should be good for another good while. That's the last of the problems on this truck for now. Why is it always broken? This should be an easy one. That's about to break. Special pliers. These are Matco's, but Matco don't make tools, so that's the part number. WD-40 spray this thing really good, lather it up. It'll be a little hard to do one-handed, but it can be done. Did you see that shit? How easy that was? Let me try that again. Bingo. You put the male side on the end of the hanger. So now you just lube this up and shove it on. When you lube it up first, it goes right on just by hand. That's one fix. Just started the truck. Great oil pressure, and it's not chattering anymore after all the work I just did. So that's a fix. I don't know if it was the cam plate or the oil pump or the O-ring on the thing, but I did a bunch of work. My Silverado repair video on my service truck. Watch that. You'll see everything I just did. This is just a short because everything was always broken. Because it's always broken. Coolant. Alright, we got the radiator pressure tester. And if you just pump this up, let me pump it. Alright, about 10, 11 psi. It's just foaming out of the bottom over here. You can see it pouring out right here in the bottom. Okay, so I need to get a radiator. That's just great. Expensive. Okay, rad's about to come out. I need somebody to guide it so I don't break the fan, but I got the condenser out. Everything's disconnected. These are disconnected, so I need to pick it up and hopefully get this to clear everything. $1,600. Don't tell OSHA I'm walking under it. Okay, I changed the lower red hose. That thing's about to blow out. So this is all back together. $1,600 red, and some elbow grease. A little bit of help, but it's all back together. Got some painted this bracket, zip tied some stuff out of the way. Get some new clamps up top. Threw some coolant in the bottom of the truck. Had to replace this hose. This one was hard as rock, dry rotted. So I let it run for about an hour, topped it off. But I brought some coolant with me. It's in the box. Top it off tomorrow. It's going to work. Grease the front end. Back here, this tire was going low, but if you wiggle the valve stem is leaking. Greased the fifth wheel. So I don't know if it's been like that for a little bit. I might fix that tomorrow. I might get to it tonight. Nothing I'd rather be doing. Found my boost leak. Sons of bitches.